Okay, here we go. Here we go. James Cooley. Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. It's been a tough Friday today. It's hot in Texas. It's really, really hot in Texas. And looking forward to heading back to California tomorrow. To kind of get rid of some of this heat. But, the topic we're going to talk about today, I think is so needed, especially among people that have prostate, and it's very prevalent in the African American communities. So my main man Troy is going to talk to us about a lot of things that they are doing and certain products that they recommend. So I'm looking forward to having this show. How you doing, Dr. Cooley?
I'm doing fine, James. Doing great. Yes, it is hot here in Texas, but from what I heard, it's hot in California too. So I don't know which heat is the worst, but we're excited to have this guest on the show today. He's a returning guest, always providing education, informative information regarding health. So we're excited about that.
Excited about that. Todd, how are you doing? My great producer in California.
It is hot. I like it over here tomorrow. It's a cool 65 degrees, a little bit of clouds in the sky, but nice cool breeze coming through. It feels very good today.
Wow. That means it's time for us to go home, Michelle. Time for us to go home. But I'm excited about this show, and I want our audience, whichever platform that they're watching us on, whether it's E360 TV, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, over 6 to 8 live platforms. Welcome to the show. And if you want to be part of the conversation, just go to the comments on the platform that you're watching us on. Ask any questions that you might have, and we'll get you an answer. Or you can pick up the phone and call the radio stations, KCBQ, AM 11 The Answer, FM 96.1. That's 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. Michelle, can you please introduce the title of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce?
We haven't locked things in yet. We're locking everything in.
Radio portion.
4, 3, 2, 1. San Diego.
It's Your Life is sponsored by James J.C. Cooley.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Hey Todd, man, I was thinking it's Friday. I'm locked in, and that song, You Just Got Paid. So you forget
Friday night.
So I had forgotten everything, Todd. So thanks for bringing me back. But now we got all platforms locked in, and if you want to be part of the conversation, what is E360 Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of these platforms. All you have to do is go to the comments, ask any question that you might have, or pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. Michelle, I am ready to get this show started. Can you tell our viewers the purpose of the show, the title of the show, purpose of the show, and introduce this great returning guest?
Yes, the title of today's show is Diet, Lifestyle Changes, and Key Nutrients Can Help Men Battle the Threat of Prostate Cancer. So we're having a sit-down conversation with Troy Duell. He's a health educator and founder of Centurion Labs. We're going to talk about lifestyle and dietary changes to reduce prostate cancer risk, key supplements for prostate health, and the importance of regular exercise for prostate health as well as intimacy. So Troy currently serves as the CEO of Centurion Labs, LLC, a leading manufacturer of safe, effective, and affordable healthcare products. His most important role is as the husband of Brooks and the father of their 3 children. He's a highly experienced health educator with over 10 years in the industry. He's dedicated himself to helping others lead healthier lives through his innovative research-backed approach. He believes that everyone should have access to quality healthcare and works hard to make sure this is achieved by providing people with evidence-based information on nutrition, exercise, lifestyle changes, and more. Please welcome back to the show, Mr. Troy Duell.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
We're excited to have you as well. It's Dr. Cooley's right there, but we're excited to have you back on the show again, Troy. And you are you have so much information when it comes to health education. And I know you are the CEO of Centurion Labs. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But again, welcome back to the show. And let's just start off. Besides what was read in your biography, can you tell the audience a little bit more about yourself and what is your specialty?
Yeah, so my background obviously is from a health standpoint. So I got very interested in health and how to make the body operate as efficiently as it possibly can. I grew up playing sports and played professional soccer for several years. And that was kind of my catalyst to go, how can I get my body to do what it needs to do and stay as healthy as it possibly can? And that led me down several different paths of what are the things that I can take to help my body perform at its best. And then as you get older, you start thinking, well, what do I need to take and what do I need to do to make sure my body sustains itself and stays as healthy as it can? And that led me, in your 30s and late 20s, you're not thinking about prostate health at all. I know that's one of the things we're going to talk about today. And I certainly didn't. But when my uncle was diagnosed with prostate cancer and eventually died from prostate cancer, it was kind of a catalyst for me to get into prostate health and see what are there things that we can do to prevent it and what's the likelihood of people getting it. And it just kind of took me down that trail of what is the prostate? Are there things we can do? And that's kind of where it led me to today.
Thank you. I know when people hear prostate issues or prostate cancer, they're thinking of men in 40s and up. But have you heard of cases where prostate cancer does come at an earlier age in their 20s or early 30s?
That has become more common recently. I'm not real sure why that's the case, but we have certainly seen more cases. Most of the time, though, to your point, it is mostly people who are over 40. And the reason for that is when we're born, our prostate grows until we're about teens, and then it stops growing from that time until we're about 40 years old. And once we're 40, our prostate continues to grow. So some of those numbers that I wanted to share is the likelihood of somebody getting prostate cancer under the age of 40 is about 1 in 40,000, which is pretty low. Mm-hmm. But once you get over the age of 40, it drops to 1 in 38 or increases to 1 in 38. And then those individuals who are over the age of 60, it's 1 out of 15. So age is definitely one of the biggest risk factors with it. And we just need to be aware that obviously, as we get older, this is a bigger issue, and pay attention to the signs and symptoms that could come up in order to alleviate any issues, because we know that the other thing with prostate cancer, which is great that we've learned in the past couple of years, the sooner you get it and the sooner you find out that you have it and you treat it, the greater likelihood of success. There has been great success when somebody gets it found early. It is not as good of an outcome if you wait and you ignore the signs and symptoms that are going on and wait to go to the physician.
What role does diet play as far as, prevention and management of prostate cancer? So I just want to ask also on top of that question, how important it is to, at an earlier age, make sure you're incorporating healthy choices in your diet. So when you do get older, you may not have these issues with your prostate.
It is extremely important. And it's just like every area or aspect of our health. The greater job we do when we're younger of eating the right things, of exercising, and putting our body in the greatest position possible to be successful long-term, the better off you are. And we know that there are two components that no matter what the disease is that we're talking about, if you exercise and you eat correctly, you are going to have a much better outcome than if you don't. So that is a crucial portion of trying to take care of your health and really encouraging people to take ownership of their health, to then, once they take ownership of their health, they can really affect their long-term outcomes from a health standpoint. And prostate health is certainly one of those that falls into that category.
Are there specific foods or nutrients that is recommended for men as far as the threat of prostate cancer to prevent that?
Yeah, so your mom was absolutely right. When she said eat your fruits and vegetables, she hit the nail on the head, and we need to do that. The other things that we know that we need to avoid, so there are foods we need to eat, which are good fruits and vegetables, just like Mom said. But we also need to avoid those processed foods and fried foods, unfortunately. So there's the bad news for all of us who live across the United States, because processed foods are everywhere. Fried foods are really good, and it's hard sometimes to get past it, but we need to avoid those. And here's the third kicker. You need to avoid beer. The beer and alcohol are actually an irritant to the prostate, which is why many people, if they drink beer or they drink alcohol, you have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. So by drinking less beer, by drinking less alcohol, there's fewer likelihood of getting up in the middle of the night. It's not going to irritate the prostate near as much. And the older you get, caffeine can also be an irritant, because caffeine is a diuretic. So it's going to cause you to continue to irritate your prostate by getting it inflamed. So that's the bad news of things. But the good news is, if you do those things in moderation, you shouldn't have an issue. And it's all about doing really everything in moderation and eating a healthy, well-balanced diet. And then understanding that there are, like you mentioned, there are specific ingredients or supplements that you can take that will help you make sure that your prostate is as healthy as possible. And we can get into that now if you wanted to, or go ahead.
Well, I just want to make a comment when you mentioned fruits and vegetables, especially vegetables. Everyone's into organic or fresh vegetables, but canned vegetables, frozen vegetables. Is it best to go with the natural way, just fresh vegetables, basically?
It is. It's always going to be best to go with fresh vegetables, but if you can't get to them or it's more expensive, going with canned vegetables or going with frozen vegetables is better than not going with them at all. So don't use that excuse of I can't get fresh vegetables to then not eat vegetables at all, because we know that while you may lose some of the nutritional value, you're still going to get a lot more nutritional value out of that than you will processed foods or fried foods that you would substitute and take in anyway.
Oh, most definitely. So we're actually coming up for a break right now. And so I know you want to talk about nutrients, and we'll talk about that after the break. And Dr. James Cooley will take us to the break.
Yeah, we're going to take you to the break. And this is such every time you come on, Troy, you always bring a fantastic topic that we all need to know about and get a better understanding. And I tell you, we're going to pick it up right after the break, talk about this a lot more. So whichever platform that you're watching this on, if you want to be part of the conversation, all you got to do is go to the platforms, go to the comments, ask any questions that you might have, or pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. Again, KCBQ, AM 1170 answer, FM 96.1 out of San Diego. Pick up the phone, dial 1-888-344-1170. We'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
A black man's
Listen up, it's Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Yeah. It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be on it, to be in the Coffee Book 2023, Unified Brain Z, and the other organizations. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection.
Life would never be the same. Cooley lays out his struggle to adjust from city life to country life and back again, sharing his hard-earned lessons to educate, encourage, and enlighten our next generation of leaders and heroes. Get your copy of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James J.C. Cooley, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, every time we have this guest on, he seems to enlighten us and bring new information, and he's talking about something that's so need to be talked to as it relates to prostate cancer, ways to prevent a lot of from getting prostate cancer, certain foods and diets we might want to consider, and all others type of holistic medicines or over-the-counter medicine that might be able to help us out with that. So, Troy, I want to touch bases on all of that, and because I know prostate cancer, I believe, in many cases can be preventable if it's caught in enough time, and if the person is doing what they're supposed to, for as the diet and the working out and just staying on track. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. And, when we were talking earlier, two of the biggest things you can do is actually eat right and exercise. We know that if you do that, your outcomes for a healthy prostate are going to be much better. And when you add in some of those other things of avoiding those foods, avoiding alcohol, understanding what the signs and symptoms are, and I really like to get into those signs and symptoms of it. It all starts with frequency. So if you're finding yourself as you are getting older that you're going to the bathroom more often, you're having to wake up in the middle of the night, that can be a sign that you're having either prostate growth or the potential for prostate issues. If your flow is not as steady as it was, and you're having starts and stops when you're going to the restroom, or you're having dribbling when you're finished, that can be a sign of a prostate issue. The third F, so I call it 3 F's and a B. The third F is about feeling. So if you're feeling pain during urination or during intimacy, then that's probably a sign that you've got something going on with your prostate, and you may want to go get that checked out. And the final one is the B, which is blood. So if you have blood coming out when you're going to the bathroom, that is a true sign that you need to get to the doctor quickly and get checked out. Now, it may not mean anything. It may just mean that you've got some kind of infection, but it could mean that you are having signs or symptoms of cancer. So understanding those pieces are big in trying to combat this and catch it as soon as possible.
Troy, what exactly are prostate aggravators?
Prostate aggravators, as we grow older, as men grow older, the prostate, just to kind of give a little bit of background, it's basically a gland that's wrapped around a male's urethra. So as you grow older, that gland continues to grow bigger. And as it grows bigger, it causes contraction on that urethra, which for some people, it's kind of like a car sitting on a hose. You may still get some water coming out, but you're not going to get near as much. And then those irritators or aggravators would be things like tea and coffee and alcohol. Anything that's a diuretic is really going to cause more irritation. And anything that causes more inflammation will be that way as well. So one of the big irritants that you have, that's why the processed foods and the fried foods are not good, because it's going to increase more inflammation and irritation down there as well. It'll do it throughout the body, but certainly on the prostate.
We have a comment from one of our viewers, Goldsmith Financial Corporation. With 40% of Americans being considered obese, what percentage of Americans will have prostate problems over the age of, let's say, 50?
That is a great question. And obviously, obesity has an issue, but what they've tracked is it's really more age-related and family-related. So as you grow older, over the age of 60, we already talked about it, 1 out of 15 people will have some prostate problems. Over the age of 69, it even gets a little bit lower. I think it's 1 out of 10, but I can't remember offhand what that is. So that number continues to grow the older you get. So I'm not the obesity is certainly going to add to that, but I haven't ever seen or read specifics with that. I just know that age is probably the biggest consideration that you get with it.
This question did mention obesity, and let's go into, let's say, exercise, regular healthy exercise, depending on what you like to do. So how is implementing a physical fitness regimen in your daily life helpful to, let's say, developing issues with your prostate?
Well, it's much like the rest of our body. So the more that you are exercising and you're developing that routine, you're going to have more blood flow, and that blood flow will go down to the prostate itself as well. You're going to have less inflammation overall. You may obviously sometimes we feel like we have more inflammation after we work out because we don't feel quite as young as we did, but you will have more blood flow, less inflammation. We know that it also exercise helps clean out the lymph nodes and other glands that we have. So it's going to help increase our immune system. So then any bacteria or infection that you may have in the prostate area will help be combated against by just exercising and staying in shape.
How can men balance their intake of fats, let's say saturated fats? I mean, me and, our household, we read labels. We read them all the time, especially if you want to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So can you kind of go into saturated fats compared to, I don't know, healthy fats? And what is the issue with saturated fats when it comes to men's prostate health?
The fat issue itself is going to help, or not help, but it's going to hurt and encourage more inflammation, and it's going to decrease blood flow. So anytime we take in more fat, it can help or cause clogged arteries. It can do all those kinds of things. So that's why we want to limit the fat intake. And really, when it comes to good fats, you want fats that are coming from, fresh vegetables like avocados and things like that. Those are good fats. The bad fats we're finding in greasy foods, and anything that's greasy is going to be considered really a bad fat, no matter what type of oil you're putting in there. So you're wanting to decrease the amount of those fats coming into your body, because we do know that increases inflammation, it increases blood pressure. So anytime you can decrease those bad fats and go with natural fats, that's the way you're going to want to go.
Troy, has there been any studies or any, I would say, findings that maybe certain prescription drugs or over-the-counter normal daily, medicine, over-the-counter medicine, whether it's a sleep aid, whether it's, let's say, a headache medicine, I don't want to name names, but is there evidence that maybe too much of, let's say, using those types of products? Because out there's so many products out there to choose from. And we know a lot of people who take a lot of over-the-counter vitamins, which is great. However, there is a guideline of how much you should take regarding whether it's vitamin A, C, D, or vitamin E. Can you go into talking about that?
Yeah, and kind of my take on it is it's not so much the vitamins that we're taking in, because if we were to do what we needed to do with our diet and we were getting everything and then some from leafy green vegetables, from fruits and from organic meats, and being as healthy as possible, we would probably have an overload of vitamins in our body as well. But the beauty is most of those vitamins are going to be water soluble. I think where the issue comes in is when we're getting synthetic vitamins that are not from these healthy meats or vegetables and fruits, or not derived from it. That's when our bodies can have some issues. And when you bring in these different vitamins, you want to make sure that the vitamins or supplements you're taking are as close to nature as possible. And they're going to be the bioavailable forms that your body can take in, that your body can absorb, and that it can use right away, just like you were eating a salad or some other leafy green that you'd be taking in.
Leafy greens. After the break, I want to talk to you about plant-based foods. There's so many things out there about plant-based foods, and there's certain things that people may not be able to afford, but as long as they're getting their vegetables and fresh fruits, they're on the right path. What is your recommendation about expirations on certain foods, whether it's a can or frozen foods? as far as it being healthy or unhealthy when it comes to your prostate?
Yeah, from a prostate standpoint, I'm not sure that there is any data that says one way or the other with that. What we do know is that if you can go organic, straight off the vine, off the tree, whatever, that is going to be the best possible way to get the nutrients you need. Then when you come to the next best way is probably frozen. So if you can get those frozen vegetables, frozen fruits, then that's another good way because it locks in.
Hey, Troy, I want you to hold that thought.
Yes, sir.
Because, my producers are beating me up, and then we got to take a station break. So, Michelle, you want to come back and ask that question and finish it up? It'd be appreciated. But our viewers and our listeners, wherever you're watching us at, this young man right here is putting it out, and I think that's information that we all need, because we have people in our family that have prostate or preliminary or diabetes or a whole lot of other stuff, and great professionals like Troy can help us out and help ease the pain and probably prevent a lot of it. So if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is go to the platform, ask any questions that you might have, or pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
Craving a slice of Chicago right here in Temecula wine country? Then dive into legendary Chicago deep dish style pizza at Rosati's Pizza Pub. Piled high with gooey cheese, rich tomato sauce, and your favorite toppings, Rosati's delivers the taste of the Windy City right to your table or front door. Enjoy the cozy pub atmosphere and an impressive selection of Temecula wines. Come on down to Rosati's Pizza Pub for your slice of Chicago right here on Rancho California Road, or order online at myrosatis.com. Rosati's, where Chicago deep dish pizza meets Temecula charm.
Country boy, city boy.
It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Yeah. Come on.
Enlighten our next generation of leaders and heroes. Get your copy of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James J.C. Cooley, available on Amazon.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do.
Yeah. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah.
Is not their final destination. Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is the unfiltered truth to provide hope for the future by challenging you to refuse to become a victim of life's circumstance and dare to become an overcomer, because a bigger, better, and more impactful life awaits you. Get the new audio version of his book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, by Dr. James Cooley, on Amazon or wherever books are sold.
It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Hello. Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I got my great friend here, Troy Troy Duell, and he's every time he come on, just he brings a different topic, but all of them are so interesting because his company is working to produce solutions, potential solutions of problems that are out there, and they are doing their research in the labs, got a strong team, and once you get all this data, you do the lab and experiment, and it's showtime. So, Troy, I want to commend you and your company for what you're doing because um, most companies they work this. It takes them a long time, but when they get it right, they saving lives or they encouraging lives. So I want to commend you for that effort. Also, I want to commend my producer that's in KCBQ, AM Limited Answer, in our La Jolla studios. This guy been my producer for the last 6 years and one of the most intelligent individuals that I know and one of the most kind-hearted individuals, Todd Pirate. Hey, producer, what do you think about the show so far?
Well, thanks, James. When you said one of the most intelligent, I thought maybe you were talking about somebody else. No, this is a great show. You know, nowadays, when it comes to health, we're more and more we're about preventative, which is really good. For a long time, it seemed like you would wait until you had a problem and then take care of it. That's kind of the Western medicine style. But now we're doing preventative. So it's nice to hear what Troy's talking about for men to do preventative, to take care of your prostate before you have issues. So this is very important for our listeners, this show. Very good stuff.
I believe so. And Troy, you mentioned earlier in the show about prostate. Sometimes you find yourself slow leaking. Sometimes you can't leak at all, and sometimes you just it just doesn't go that way. And it's more prevalent among African Americans because I am one, and I have had to rest in the emergency room because of that. And my point to you is, I'm sure that in your research and the things that you're doing, you probably have had studies to talk about these type of things. What do you do when you run across patients or trying to identify the potential right drugs to help get the flow going and going and all that, ease discomfort? I don't know if your organization is deeply into that, but what do you do?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, what Todd mentioned earlier, which was prevention. The old adage is an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. I think couldn't be more true, especially in this area of prostate health. Because if we do the right things and we're eating the right foods and we're exercising and doing everything else, that's going to help propel us from having those issues. Now, if you're starting to have those issues, that's a different story, because there are certain things that you can take, and you want to be, I guess, a little bit more precise and exact with what you're taking to make sure what you're taking has demonstrated some benefit and help. And I always, kind of the way that I think about medicines or any supplements or anything else, is start with a laser focus and don't bring out a bazooka when you're trying to go dove hunting, is kind of the way that I think about it. You want to start small, see if it works, and start with things that don't have as many side effects. And then you move towards those other things to try to get a hold of whatever's going on, because whatever you can do with the fewest side effects is where you want to start, and then move into the other things if you can't control it with that. And that starts with some of those ingredients that I don't know if we'll get into now, but we can get into that later and discuss some of the ingredients or supplements that you may want to take that would really help just kind of build up and get you through that tough part if you're having to go to the bathroom more often or waking up in the middle of the night when you didn't used to have to do that.
Troy, let's get into that right now. Tell us about the supplements, the things that your company is recommended, and also the ingredients. So, let's discuss that.
Yeah, I think first let's just start with supplements in general. So some of the things that you're going to want to take into account would be selenium. And selenium has shown in studies to even the National Institute of Health, not easy for me to say apparently today, has said that that is a great ingredient to help prevent prostate cancer. But it's not just a prevention of prostate cancer, it's also a prevention of colon cancer and several other things. And they've done studies that shown that it has helped keep that at bay. And the reason it's good to supplement with something like selenium is because our soil has been depleted of selenium. Because of some of the farming techniques and things that we're doing, our foods don't have as much selenium in them as they used to. So that's why it's so important for us to supplement with something like selenium. You've got other ingredients like lycopene. So lycopene is actually one of the things that is pulled out of tomatoes. And they found that that's why we always hear eat tomatoes if you have prostate issues. But lycopene has actually been pulled out of those tomatoes, and it's a great supplement to go in there because they found that it has helped reduce the size of a prostate and also helped with some of the other issues that go on in a prostate and hopefully prevent prostate cancer long run. Beta-cytosterol is another great one to look at. Saw palmetto. Some of those have studies that have even gone head to head with some of the prescription products that are out there and performed as well, if not better, than some of those prescription products that are on the market. And it does it without the side effects. Of course, it's something that you want to try. If it works, great. But if you're still having issues, then go see your doctor and make sure that you're getting treated and looked at, and make sure that it's not an active cancer situation or scenario. But for those people who are starting to see more frequent urination, more issues with their flow, then these are great ingredients to start because it's telling you you're being signaled that you've got some kind of issue going on with your prostate. And as we age, so making sure that you're taking care of yourself and understanding age, if you're African American, and if you have a family history. So if you've got a family history of a dad or brother who have had prostate cancer, you're twice as likely to develop prostate cancer yourself. So you want to start taking those supplements as you're getting involved. Trying to think some of the others. Pomegranate extract is a great one. That's one that's kind of new out there that has performed well when we're talking about prostate health and really keeping your prostate healthy. So there are 5 or 6 right there to jump on and really start to add to your regimen to get your prostate health in order.
Wow, that's a lot of ingredients and supplements.
Yes.
You know, I want to go back to what you mentioned about alcohol consumption and beer. I know you mentioned moderation, all things. You mentioned alcohol, but what about sodas? You were on our show a couple of months ago about the effects of sugar. I remember that.
Yes.
What about sodas, aside from the alcohol? Excess sugar, does that affect men's prostate health?
It does, and it affects it much the way we've already talked about with the sugar component, which was we know sugar increases inflammation. So anytime you increase that inflammation, it's going to increase the inflammation in your prostate. So you want to limit your sugar intake and make sure that it doesn't cause those issues.
Josh Goldsmith from Goldsmith Financial has another question. He said he thought beer was good for you. Does red wine also have a negative effect on your prostate? You know, you hear, family, friends, or just people in your social circle drink red wine every night or every other night. They said red wine is good for the heart, or, I know there's been so many studies and, recommendations. What about red wine or wine in general?
Well, and he's right. Beer does have some positive effects to it, which it can with cholesterol. They've had some studies that show that. But again, you're talking about moderation. And if you're having prostate issues, it is going to really start to be an irritant on your prostate. So just keeping in line with that and understanding that. Red wine can also have that same irritant effect. So anything that's causing you to go to the bathroom more often can have that irritating effect. Because you remember, the prostate wraps around the urethra. So as you're having to go more often, it's going to continue to irritate the prostate without allowing it to heal. Now, again, red wine has some great benefits to it. Beer has some benefits to it, but it's all in moderation, and it depends on where we are in life. There are things that are good for us that if we have certain things or conditions going on in our body that we just can't eat or partake in. So we just have to know.
And Troy, hold that thought. We got to take another station break. And Dr. Cooley is going to bring us to the station break. If you want to be part of this conversation, please join us and ask questions, comments, whatever platform you're watching us. And also, if you want to be part of the show and call, you can dial 1-888-344-1170. 1-888-344-1170. It's Your Life with Dr. James J.C. Cooley. We'll be right back.
Wow.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
A Black Man's Point of View is the newest Amazon.com #1 release and bestseller book from author Dr. James J.C. Cooley, featuring the perspective from 11 other contributing authors. In A Black Man's Point of View, Dr. James Cooley unpacks his thoughts and personal experiences about the challenges, stereotypes, and feelings of self-worth that many Black men face today due to a 400-year ancestry rooted in slavery and colonization. Yet, how so many Black men move forward despite this history. Most importantly, A Black Man's Point of View conveys that all men, regardless of race, creed, or color, are capable of love, respect, and dignity. Described as a map to a greater life from the heart of a man who's experienced life's misfortune and harsh conditions, James shows us how beliefs, convictions, and a healthy mentality can help propel a life worth living. A must-read for all. Order your copy of A Black Man's Point of View by author Dr. James J.C. Cooley today from Amazon.com or wherever books are sold.
The J.C. Cooley.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Hope that you'll be able to take part in one or more of the many exciting events that we're offering this year and experience firsthand the pride we take in supporting our cause. It's our mission to...
Craving a slice of Chicago right here in Temecula wine country? Then dive into legendary Chicago deep dish style pizza at Rosati's Pizza Pub. Piled high with gooey cheese, rich tomato sauce, and your favorite toppings, Rosati's delivers the taste of the Windy City right to your table or front door. Enjoy the cozy pub atmosphere and an impressive selection of Temecula wines. Come on down to Rosati's Pizza Pub for your slice of Chicago right here on Rancho California Road, or order online at myrosatis.com. Rosati's, where Chicago deep dish pizza meets Temecula charm.
The Cooley Foundation thanks you in advance for your contribution.
Country Boy, City Boy, a journey that ain't over yet. The true life coming of age story by James J.C. Cooley. Using humor, wit, and engaging storytelling, James paints a picture about his arrival in a rural deep South town and realization that life would never be the same. Cooley.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley. That's right.
City Boy, a journey that ain't over yet by James J.C. Cooley, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
Craving a slice of Chicago right here in Temecula wine country? Then dive into legendary Chicago deep dish style pizza at Rosati's Pizza Pub. Piled high with gooey cheese, rich tomato sauce, and your favorite toppings, Rosati's delivers the taste of the Windy City right to your table or front door. Enjoy the cozy pub atmosphere and an impressive selection of Temecula wines. Come on down to Rosati's Pizza Pub for your slice of Chicago right here on Rancho California Road, or order online at myrosatis.com. Rosati's, where Chicago deep dish pizza meets Temecula charm.
Let's go. It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Hello. Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. And every time I have this, a young man, young man, doing so many great things. Switch career fields from being an athlete, this and that, and finding his passion. And I believe over the last couple of years that I have talked to him, I believe he discovered his passion and he's doing great things with his passion. And Troy, I say you continue to do this. You continue to work with your companies and your folks. You continue to bring things and drugs and etc. to help combat certain problems or help get it under control. So I commend you, my friend. I commend you.
Thank you, sir. I'm excited.
And with that being said, I'm going to turn it back over to Dr. Michelle Cooley.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Cooley. Troy, active reproductive lifestyle, they say that's good for the prostate health. Can you kind of go into that? And I think I know what it means, but let's just share that with the audience.
Yeah, and we talked about the bad side of prostate health early on, which was reduce the beer, reduce the alcohol, reduce the wine, no of that fried food, anything like that. But they do say that a healthy love life, 21 times on average a month from studies, has shown that it is good for your prostate. Now, the caveat to that is multiple partners is not good. So it's 21 times with your wife or other significant other is great for your prostate health. So that's the good news when it comes to the prostate health. I've been sharing all the bad news of what you can't do, but that's one thing that you can do that is good for your prostate health.
I know family history is a huge factor in, possible prostate cancer. I guess my question is there like an annual, besides going to your physician, is there like a specific test that doctors order or they do for males to make sure that your prostate are at a certain levels? And can you kind of describe, if possible, what is an acceptable range based on the research that's been done?
Yeah, and they've come out in recent years. So the PSA test is the normal way of getting that. And you go in, you get a PSA test, and if your PSA is at certain levels or ranges, then they're concerned about it. However, in recent years, they have started to suggest and lower or raise that number and feel like it's not as accurate as possible. So they have started to put a lot more nuance to it, meaning some of it is symptomatic, some of it is based on family history. So if you've had it and if you're having all the symptoms, then they're going to put more merit into that PSA test than if maybe you don't have a family history of it or other things, because they were having a lot of false positives of people having prostate cancer, and they're trying to eliminate some of that. But if you do have, or if you have had a family history, or you're having the symptoms, they typically recommend once a year getting your prostate checked. And not the most fun thing to do for a man, but it's just part of life, unfortunately, and what we need to do.
Besides diet and exercise and of course, family history is implemented in that, what else can men do to ensure that they don't have the threat of prostate cancer? I mean, is there anything else they can do to maintain a healthy lifestyle?
Yeah, I mean, it all, and we've talked about it several times on the program before. It starts with just those little baby steps and taking ownership of your health. So that starts with just those little exercise things, just the little nutrition pieces, and making sure that you're eating right, that you're not getting too far outside of it. And then once you see symptoms or you feel those symptoms, you want to get those under control as quickly as possible. So if you do have some of those symptoms, go to the doctor right away. Don't wait. And then starting to take some of those supplements that we discussed and find the supplements for us. We've developed a prostate supplement called Natrexa that it combines all those ingredients in one. So you can do things like that, or you can take them individually and start building them out that way. So whatever way is best for you, find those things and get into a rhythm of, this is how I want to take ownership of my health, by exercising 3 to 4 days a week, by eating right, and maybe just having that one cheat day a week where that I can push it off all week, because on Saturday I'm going to have a cheat day. And just find whatever way it is that works for you is going to be the best way to make that happen.
Wow.
I like the cheat day.
I like a cheat day.
We are out of time. We're out of time. And I say this would have been absolutely fantastic, Troy. Fantastic information. And I tell you what, love having you on the show. Maybe we might have to do this again real soon. Michelle, thank you so much for putting together a great show. Thank you, Todd, at the KCBQ Studios. Most important, thank our listeners. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow. Dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. It's your life.
Hey, folks, Donald Trump Jr. here. Let me ask you this. Does inflation feel...
quickly, which is why you need someone by your side with experience. The law offices of Veronica M. Aguilar has 34 years of experience in family law and civil litigation right here in San Diego. Whether you're going through a divorce, child custody battle, contract dispute, a problem with neighbors, or some other civil litigation, chances are she's helped someone in similar circumstances. In fact, she's helped thousands of San Diegans resolve all sorts of difficult situations in their families, finances, neighborhoods, and business. Don't face these challenges alone. Contact Veronica today for a free consultation. Call 858-674-6945 or visit vaguilarlaw.com. That's 858-674-6945 or online at V as in Victor, AguilarLaw.com. Veronica Aguilar, your partner in navigating the legal system with confidence. Legal issues don't wait, and neither should you.
The Answer San Diego has gone interactive. Download our free app to get special offers, deals, and more than just status updates and pictures of cats from your smartphone. Did you hear something that you want to weigh in on? Download the free The Answer app to instantly call or email the station straight from your mobile device. Download our free app today. The Answer San Diego, the best conservative coverage in San Diego.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, is now airing every weekday at 2 p.m. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, veteran, and J.C. Cooley Foundation founder, James Cooley, is here to inspire you to strive for your greatness and overcome adversities. The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, now heard weekdays at 2 p.m., Saturdays at 10 p.m., and Sundays at 10 a.m., right here on The Answer San Diego.
Do you have questions about your health? Are you confused about supplements? Maybe you have some questions that you're unclear of? When it comes to your health, things can often get confusing. This is Kelly Capasola, the host of Forever Young Radio. For 20 years, we've been educating our good friends in San Diego on how to make better choices and apply them into your life. Tune in every Saturday morning right here on The Answer San Diego. To learn more on holistic healthcare, visit americasnaturaldoctor.com. See you there.
The Forever Young Radio Show, every Saturday morning at 8 on The Answer San Diego. Diego.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in more than 70 countries. Our teams work around the clock to bring patients from crisis to care. This life-saving care is not possible without you.
KCBQ San Diego, K241CT Oceanside, FM 96.1 North County, and AM 1170 San Diego. The Answer, streaming at theanswersandiego.com.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters reporting. A barrage of rockets has been fired from Lebanon into northern Israel, hours after Israel carried out extensive airstrikes on southern Lebanon.
Cross-border attacks between Hezbollah and Israel continued this morning, hours after one of the most intense Israeli airstrikes on southern Lebanon in this conflict. This is a country still coming to terms with what happened in the unprecedented wave of explosions of pagers and walkie-talkies used by Hezbollah. The group's leader, Hassan Nasrallah, has vowed to punish Israel for the attacks that killed more than 30 people, injured 3,000, and caused chaos and panic. In Israel, the defense minister Yoav Gallant said battle plans for the border area had been approved amid concerns it could involve a ground invasion of southern Lebanon.
The BBC's Hugo Bachiga reporting from Beirut. The House has passed a bill to increase Secret Service protection for political candidates. And we'll have that report in just a moment.
Targeting Hezbollah infrastructure, but do not provide details of damage. I'm Charles Dilladesma.
In-person voting for the 2024 U.S. presidential elections begun in 3 states, Virginia, South Dakota, and Minnesota. The first ballots being cast Friday in person come with just over 6 weeks left before Election Day on November 5th. About a dozen more states will follow with early in-person voting by mid-October. Across the country, local election directors are beefing up their security to keep their workers in polling places safe while also ensuring that ballots and voting procedures won't be tampered with. Mixed day on Wall Street as the Dow was up by 38 points. The NASDAQ dropped 65. More at Town Hall.
Hey, everybody. Charlie Kirk here. Are you tired of the chlorine smell and poor quality of your tap water? Then pick up the phone and call Trusted Water Systems today. Their state-of-the-art water filtration systems ensure that every drop of water in your home is pure, clean, and safe. And with over 15 years of experience, Trusted Water Systems is the go-to provider for reliable and efficient water filtration solutions. Their expert team will help you choose the perfect system to protect all your appliances, fixtures,
Michelle. 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 What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm working. What's the matter?
Let me talk to Sandra.
Why you asking me what I'm doing?
I want you on this.
I'm sorry, I gotta do this for Rosemary, baby. Gotta take care of this.
Do what you gotta do, baby.
Hi, Jason. How are you?
Hey, how you doing? I know you've been busy. How you doing?
Yes, I have, but it's still all the day's work.
Miss chatting with you. I said miss chatting with you.
Yeah, same here. Same here. How you been?
I'm just trying to get this package going, trying to still take care of everything on my daughter's side, and have problems myself. I mean, I hope that once we start getting these things under control, I mean, I would be okay. So, Sarah and I talked last night. She should have updated. She said that the thing that you said was some type of dots was in front of my face or something. I mean, whatever, it doesn't matter. So she updated those. I wanted you to take a look at look at that.
I did. I looked at it before you called. I did a quick look. I didn't scan it. I mean, I didn't look at it in detail, but I can do it right now while we're talking, because I did see that what I asked her to do was to put the, I think she just missed it, that's all, to put the initial caps on our email addresses. She did it for yours, but it was not for mine and also for Michelle's. So everybody's initial caps is on there, so it's consistent.
So if she got that, I mean, she would do that because she wanted to get this out our plate, and plus, I believe we got so many opportunities out there. Steve,
She messed up my phone number. My number is wrong. I just noticed.
Well, let's get it right. We'll get it
Okay,
right.
I'll send a note to let her know that the phone number is wrong.
Let's try to get her on the phone now. This need to go out. This need to go out. This need to go out. And once you approve it, because we got a lot of people full of shit.
Well, go ahead and call her now.
Okay, can I try?
You want to go ahead and call her now?
Hold on. Let me try.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
I don't know how in the hell to do this, but I figured out. God, it's good. Do I hook flash this? I'm trying to hook flash this. Plus caller.
Okay.
And so
While you do that.
I'm trying to do a caller. And Sarah. Heading to California tomorrow.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. Estrada is not available.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, this is James JC. Got Dr. Sandra on. I know you updated the thing that you said Dr. Sandra wanted in the package. I got her standing by, and we can go over this real quick because we must get this thing out. And if you get an opportunity, please give me a call back, or I'm gonna put you in touch directly with Dr. Sandra, and you guys can communicate. I trust both of you guys on the team. I trust both of you guys. Let's go ahead and do what we had to do and get this out. So both of you all, if possible, try to talk tonight, and let's finish this up. Because we got a whole lot of work going on. So, hey, Sarah, get this, call me back. I love you. And let's do this. We're almost at showtime. Let's do it. Talk to you in a minute. Bye. Son, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. But yeah, we need to get that taken care of. I mean, so.
Okay, she removed the dots. I'm just looking at it.
She said she removed the dots and she put everything. She said everything that Dr. Sandra gave me was perfect, and I tried to make sure it was perfect. But then she said it was something about the dots. And
the dots was covering your hands, and I asked her to fade it. She just completely deleted it, but I asked her to fade it because the dots was covering your hand on the photo.
I think she got it back in there. If she didn't,
the dots are not in there. It's removed.
Whatever needed to be done, I told her you and her had to talk about that. And she didn't have a problem. But Wednesday was a worse day. Thursday was too much because she dealing with like 7, 8, 9 clients at the same time. And I told her, I said, my mandate is to get this out starting this weekend. We got to send it out to thousands. And literally, we do. And I think the package is good.
So, yeah, my questions wasn't answered, but I mean, it's okay. I had asked about the 360 question. You saw those. And, but it's okay. Wait a minute, hold on. I think we're still recording with
I thought the 360.
You have reached the maximum time permitted for recording your message.
I'm sorry.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3.
Re-record. Yeah, if you want to re-record, and then we need to hang up.
Okay. I'm hanging up. Baby, I don't feel good. Nothing. Hello? Son.
Yeah, I'm here.
I was just telling my baby
Yeah.
I don't feel good. It's one of them nights I don't feel good.
What did you say?
I was telling my baby I don't feel good. Just one of them nights. But
You don't feel good? Oh, yeah. Well, that was the only thing. It was, she removed it, but I think I have her number, so I can talk. Let me call her. I'm going to call her from my computer real quick. Give me just a moment. Let me just download.
She wants you to call her because right now we done got relief from everybody else. She feel happy. I'm happy with you guys. Dr. Mantel is happy. Everybody.
Yeah, let me just call. Hold on. I'm calling her right now from the computer while I have you on the phone.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave this message for her
Okay, babe.
so that she knows me. Is it okay, baby? I'll probably get her voicemail too.
Hey, baby, can you bring that?
You
Your call has been
try to use
forwarded
that
to an
box.
automated voice messaging system.
I'll show you in a minute.
What box? Oh, wait till you finish.
Is not available. That's her number.
No, that's her number. That's her number. That is her number. That's her number.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. This is Sandra, Dr. Sandra. My number is 301-485-6330. When you get the message, can you call me back? It's got one minor change on the sponsorship packet. Thank you. It looks excellent. Very good. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. What were you saying?
I said that was her number. And
It was not her number?
no, that was her number.
That is her number. Okay. Because I copied it from her signature.
Yeah, and
So hopefully she'll get it. And is that a cell number? Because I'll send her a text.
that's the cell number.
Okay.
Sarah is a extraordinary, wonderful woman.
Uh-huh.
And you already know that just by chatting with her.
Yeah.
And she wants the only thing in her mind and her heart is successes, like what we want. And we're going to do everything, but I believe we're 7 weeks behind the power curve. That's okay. Once I get your approval, my approval, Sarah and Michelle approval, maybe Dr. Michelle, Dr. Mantel, we don't really need his approval. But just need you guys, and we'll go from there. But I miss you guys.